Hi you guys, welcome. If you're like me or not like me, maybe you haven't quite been prepared yet for Easter. My kids love Easter, especially my youngest. They love the Easter hunt. They love all of the treats. They love everything that there is about Easter. And I'm not always as prepared as I'd like to be. But I saw this absolutely adorable basket. You may have seen it around as well. A number of demonstrators have been making it over the last many years. It's called a 246 basket, or today it's our Easter basket, and it's super easy to put together. Absolutely adorable. So if you're having like an Easter function at your house, this would be a really cute table favor, or something that you can give out, something that you can share, put into your Easter hunt. Lots of ideas. Anyways, I'm starting with a piece of cardstock. This is Sahara Sand. As you know, it's retiring and I'm very sad. So we're going to use it today. And I've cut a piece measuring 6 by 6. So I'm using my paper trimmer here. And you're going to go up to 2 inches. And with your scoring blade, so make sure you've got your cutting blade out of the way. You're going to score, and then you're going to go up to 4. So every 2 inches here, you're going to score. So basically you could do this, and then you're going to turn and do the same thing. You could do this on any size of cardstock where that could be divided by 3 as far as inches. You just need 3 equal sections, so that'll determine how big or small your box is. So that's all. So now I have 9 squares here that I've scored. And I'm going to now take my scissors. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but I'm going to cut from the edge right to the first score line on these 2. So I'm going to take my paper snips. I'm going to follow along here and just cut right up to there. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. You're going to be amazed at how easy this is. Okay, so now we've got that. We're going to flip it over so that the opposite side we're going to be cutting. Okay. And we're going to cut into this one again. So now we've got both of the opposite sides loose like this. Okay, let's give our score lines a nice little fold. We want to fold all of our edges so they're ready and pliable, especially these ones on the opposite side that we cut. We're going to just give them a nice little fold. Okay, now before I get putting this together, I'm just going to decorate it a little bit. What I did is I'm actually using paper from the He's the Man designer series paper set, like this. He's the Man, 12 by 12. It has lots of different sort of more, I guess, dark masculine colors, but it's also got these beautiful Sahara Sand. I think it looks like little basket weave paper on there, and I'm going to use that to decorate my basket. So I'm going to go ahead and get some liquid glue. I think this one is almost empty, so we'll see if it holds up today or not. We don't need a ton of glue, we just need, there we go. Okay, and we're going to stick this onto the 4 corners, okay? So just kind of like that. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to stick it up here on this corner. And you can make this for any occasion. Like, it does not have to be an Easter basket by any means. I think it would look really lovely just as like a little spring picnic basket. Lots of different ideas, little birthday favors, lots of things you could do with this. A spa birthday party, put in a bottle of nail polish or something inside. Like, the ideas are endless. It really is just a limit of our creativity. And I know that if you're on here, you've got lots of creativity to share. So you can come up with lots of ways to use this super easy basket. Okay, so we have basically our basket together. It's unbelievable. These 2 edges are going to fold in like this until they kind of meet. See, like this. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so the middle piece gets folded in and the 2 outside pieces fold together. Okay, but we're going to do it like this so that we have kind of this V in our basket. You can put it in as tight as you want. you'll just have a smaller basket. But I'm going to leave mine a little bit bigger so I can actually fit some stuff inside of it. So in order to put this together, what I'm going to do is on the inside, you could use liquid glue. I'm going to use tear and tape, which is just a really strong double-sided tape because it's going to make sure that my basket stays together. And it's also going to just be a little bit easier to put together while I'm doing this live. Okay, where's the edge of my tape? There we go. So again, I just need a little piece up at the top because it's just the top of our baskets that are going to be reaching together into the middle. I don't need it to go all the way. So really just a tiny little piece here. Okay, so we're going to take off the backing on here. Do you guys do a big Easter dinner? Are you doing that today on Good Friday? Do you go to church on Good Friday or on Easter? What does that look like? Here we always have a citywide Good Friday service. And then, I mean, Easter Sunday is on actually, well, I shouldn't say it's actually on Sunday this year. It's on Sunday every year. But so you've got Easter Sunday on Sunday. So it's really not, sorry, I can't craft and talk apparently. So that takes care of Sunday. And then some people have Easter Monday off. Here in Alberta, for the most part, most places give you Good Friday off now. It used to be Easter Monday, but that's not the case anymore. Okay, I think this one, I didn't push too hard on the tear and tape because I wanted to make sure I put this where I wanted it. So I left a little bit of a triangle up at the top. And I'm going to just try and get this a little bit even here. But not too much of a triangle. There we go. So see how there's just a tiny little bit of triangle there between where these pieces meet? I think this is the size that I want my basket to be. Now I've got lots of room in there to fit treats and whatnot in there. Okay, so the other piece that I have here, I've got ink on my fingers again, or maybe a chocolate. This is 3/4 of an inch by 6 inches. And I have an old tool that I'm going to use today. And it's just this little brad hole punch. The other thing you can do is if you don't have a smaller hole punch is use this pokey end of your take a pick tool. And we're going to just stick some holes here into the end of our handle. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And again, I'm going to do this upside down so I can see where I'm going. And we're going to just stick it like that. It really doesn't have to be perfect by any means. So we're going to stick that in like that. Mine's not exactly in the middle, but that's okay. And then I'm going to use my hole punch to punch kind of right where my my two pieces meet here. And again, you can use the pokey end of your take a pick tool. I'm just doing this because it's handy and it is close by. Okay, so now we've got our holes, and as you guessed, we're just going to start matching up our holes and putting it together with the brad. So I'm going to take a brad here, and I'm going to stick it through the front of my basket, and then onto my handle on the inside. So I don't know, can you see that, what I'm doing? Yeah. Okay, so then we're just going to open up our brad like this. Okay, and we've got one of the handles done. Let's go around and do the other side. Now I've got these really nice brushed metal brads that are, some things just last forever. I have had these for years, but there are brads available in the catalog and that you could do this with. Or if you don't have brads and you don't want to make the hole, you could also just put a piece of the tear and tape on the inside of your handle and stick it inside. I think that would work too. Obviously, this basket isn't made for a ton of stuff. It's not going to hold anything super, super heavy. It's more decorative and cute. And I've got this beautiful, I don't know if it's beautiful, but I've got this Easter grass here. You can put whatever color you want. I've got a little bit of yellow today. Actually, I've got a whole bucket here. But I think that's all the yellow I actually have. So I'm going to just go ahead and mix it in with a few other colors because I want to fill my basket up. I put my other colors at the bottom and top it with yellow. So then it's still got the fun Easter colors, but it's got more yellow in there. And then you could put in your little, you could put in some chocolates. You could put in, well, of course, chocolate. You could put in a Cadbury egg. Lots of things you could put on here. I had some dark chocolate peanut butter cups to put in here, but I left them upstairs, so that's all right. Anyways, this is kind of what your basket looks like. And of course, you're going to fill it with all sorts of treats. But to finish this off, let's just make a little tag for this card. And I haven't pre-made this tag, so you guys are going to witness a little bit of crafting on the fly. I'm going to use my Easter Bunny punch, piece of white cardstock, and my Easter Bunny stamp set. Okay, if you can believe it, you probably can. This is the first time I have opened my Easter Bunny stamp set. It is sad. I got this with so many ideas and a lot less time. So this is what we're getting. But you could also use these different images on here. If you didn't have any designer series paper, you could emboss some cardstock and put it on here, like a basket weave style of dry embossing. Or you could even take some of these images, like the little Easter eggs or the carrot, the grass, and just like stamp that on here as well. I think either way, like kind of tone on tone, I think would look really, really pretty. So, okay, let's find a block. This here is a D block. Now, if you are, one thing I'll mention to you, if you are just kind of a new stamper and just starting to get some of your supplies, the blocks actually are going up just slightly in price in the new catalog that's starting May 2nd. So it's something to consider, that you might want to just grab a couple blocks while you can at a couple dollars cheaper than what they will become. And I'm going to just stamp this in black, in the black memento. Okay. I'm going to just go ahead and stamp him or her, just like that. Okay. And I'm actually going to just take, this is the dark crumb cake. Let's see, maybe I want the light crumb cake. The light crumb cake I'm going to take. And I'm just going to use this to kind of shade in here, I think. Just sort of like around underneath of his belly here. I'm not even going to color. I'm going to mostly just use it like a shadow. So I'm taking my brush tip and I'm just kind of really lightly lining in around the line there. And that's just going to kind of emphasize some of those changes where the darkness is, right? Not really going to color. We're just going to kind of outline some of the parts here that might be a little bit darker. And I'm going to use my light one because I don't want it to kind of take over my card. I want this to be kind of subtle. And so I'm sort of just doing underneath his legs and his belly, the bottom of his ears, and maybe the bottom of his tail, like that. Anyways, you could really just go around him, you know, kind of like a little bit of an outline, but we're going to just stop there. And I might add a tiny little bit of pink to his ears because pink is cute. Let's get this petal pink, which is also sad because it's leaving, also retiring. No, not petal pink, sorry, blushing bride is leaving, which is our other pink in our subtle collection. So a few things are going away, and if you want to learn more about what is going, in case you absolutely need it before it's gone, you can find out more about that in a earlier post. Okay, so I'm going to take my punch, and I like to flip it upside down. If you don't know about punches, they have these locks on them that keep them together for storage. And then you just unlock it, and then it opens up and it's ready to punch. And I'm going to do this upside down so I can see exactly where to cut this out. Now, if I was to cut this out, like punch it, and then try to stamp it, I would have a lot more difficulty. So this is just a really easy way. Do your stamping first and your coloring first. And then you've got see, I got a little white bunny. He's so cute. Or she's so cute. And I'm going to use a piece of this Calypso Coral paper. Again, another one that's retiring. So I've got to get my fill of these colors while I can. I'm just going to cut out a piece so that it's easier for me to handle with a punch. And I'm going to use my brand new, my brand new 2-inch circle punch. This punch is only available online. It's one of our exclusive online offerings. And it's new, and I love punches because they're just that easy. Look, I got me a circle. You can also get this in a 1 3/4 inch. So, and then it would layer. Like, let me show you what that looks like. Let me find a piece of white. So if I punch out a piece of white, these two sizes, being that they're a 1/4 inch apart, they actually layer on top of each other. Nice, hey? So you don't need a die cutting machine or anything. You can just use this. But I'm going to take this, I think, and like I said, we are creating on the fly here. And I'm going to just add my little bunny onto here, kind of like a little tag. And I think that we need to maybe cut out, like, what if I stamp the eggs on here and just kind of cut it out? I might do that. Let's stamp some eggs. I feel like we just need a little something on here. Or a butterfly. Let's do the eggs. It's Easter. Okay, so I've taken my Easter eggs out. Again, I'm going to stamp those with Memento ink because I'm probably going to color them with my blends. You could just use your regular Stampin' Right markers, obviously. I'm going to use this little scrap. Just like that. Okay. And maybe I will just use my scraps or my little markers here. They're handy. So I've got Pale Papaya. I'm going to color this in, I think. So the difference with Stampin' Right markers and blends are the kind of ink. Stampin' Right markers are water-based ink, the same as we have in our classic ink pads, where the Stampin' blends are an alcohol-based ink, similar to the StazOn ink, and they actually will they blend with each other, where these ones are not. You can use these for watercoloring, coloring with your markers, stamping on your markers, coloring on your stamps, and then, yes, that is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to try and use all these Easter colors. These are all of in colors. So I use Polished Pink, Pale Papaya, and now then I'm going to use Fresh Freesia, which is carrying over, I'm happy to say, this really beautiful, soft purple. And then I'm going to cut them out. So I'm going to just fussy cut these. Just like this, I think. And I'm going to cut them pretty close to the edge. Normally when I cut, you guys will know that I leave a little bit of a white border around usually. But I don't think I want to do that this time. I'm going to cut these pretty close. I might even cut them apart. So can you see? I never know if I'm in the camera. Let's go ahead and cut these out. Okay, let's cut out this yellow one. Okay, I got some Easter eggs. Now let's see what we're going to do here for our little bunny. We're going to just kind of put a few Easter eggs with him. Kind of just like, maybe we'll tuck that one behind and put this one on the front. How about that? I think that works. He looks like an Easter bunny. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead with our glue then. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. And I'm going to just glue it all flat, like without dimensionals and stuff on here. I don't know why I'm putting it on there. I should be putting it on my bunny. And I put too much glue on him. Okay, and this is going to slide underneath, so I'm not going to push my bunny down yet. We're going to stick this on underneath like that. And then this one is going to go over here like that. Okay, so now he looks like an Easter bunny. I've got glue in a few places that I don't want it, like on the back of this egg. So I'm just going to wipe that off a little bit like that. There we go. Okay, we got ourselves an Easter bunny. I think this needs to go down a little. Let's take another punch at this. I'm going to punch a hole in here. Just so I can put a piece of white twine on here to tie it onto my basket. I've also got the Old Olive and Sahara Sand Twill Ribbon Combo Pack. And I might just use the Sahara Sand. I'm going to keep it kind of neutral, I think. And I'm going to take this. Okay, we're back to our basket. I'm going to tie this around the handle of the basket like this. And you could use really any color that we've colored with that you've got for your little Easter grass in there. I'm going to go ahead and tie this on here into a bow. Okay. Just like that. I'm going to just pull that tight and then make it the size that I want it. Okay. Okay, now for this. So I've got my bow on here. Okay. I might have to retie that. It's gone a little wonky, but that's okay. For now, it's okay. So we're going to take this twine and stick it through here if we can. Now this hole punch is actually the same with this twine. So you might want to use a slightly bigger one for this. I'm going to just move the bunny's ear out of the way. Okay, come on, twine. Well, we're getting some of the twine through. There we go. Okay, put the ear back down. And then you can either just tie this on here as well, or you can fish this underneath of your bow, which I think will probably look better if we fish this underneath. And then tie this around our bow. So we kind of make like a little bit of a secondary bow. So on this tag, you could put the person's name that it's for. There's some really cute sayings like, here's a treat for you, happy Easter, etc. in the stamp set. So you could also, you're a friend like no other, you could stamp or just hi on there if you wanted to. I'm just gonna leave mine plain without stamping, but you could definitely add something on here as well. Just cut this off. I'm gonna make this a tiny bit smaller. And now it doesn't really matter about the bow behind because it's hiding a little bit. But see, isn't that like just the cutest little basket you ever did see? If you don't want this loose, you could also put a dimensional back here and then it would just kind of stand up like this. But it's tied to your ribbon and I think it's super cute. Anyways, what do you think? Really easy, right? Just a 6x6 piece of cardstock. And then you decorate it as you need to and a handle. That's it. That's all you need, a little bit of adhesive. So if you don't have any Easter treats, now you have no excuse. You can go ahead and make some baskets and fill them up with little treats for your loved ones. So happy Easter. I hope you enjoyed this fun little basket that literally can be made in about 5 minutes. So we'll talk again soon. Bye.